So if you can see the website, it's ready. It looks amazing with summary, the skill set, and everything else. Creating a website used to be super cumbersome. It used to take time. It used to cost you a lot of money. Probably have to hire someone. Well, not anymore. Today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use just two tools plus AI and create an amazing website for any of the use cases, for your brand, for yourself, for anyone else. And we'll just go ahead and get into it. It's going to take less than 10 minutes. You can time me and I will see you in the tutorial. Now, let's get into creating the website. You need two things to do that. You need a content and design. Now, content, we use ChatGPT to create content. And for design, we use Canva and MidJourney together. Now, I'm going to create a colleague's personal website. So we'll start with that using ChatGPT. Here is the prompt. Okay. And let me just go through this quickly. We'll act as an expert in design portfolio website. For professionals, you'll help in creating a website content. We'll recommend the design and content for their website. Tone of the content should be first person professional. And I am creating a portfolio website for the following personal details. For details, and I want the following content. Now, the first part is about what I want ChatGPT to do. And the second part is what I want specifically for it to do for me. So I already have run this prompt and here are the details. I have put in my colleague's details. You have the summary here. You have the skill sets that that person has and projects. I took their resume and put that into the prompt and you can see the results are pretty good. It really breaks down everything that I need for the website. Now, let's come to our designing part. And that's where Canva, a lovely tool, comes. We actually can post the whole website on Canva and we're going to do that. So you just go to Canva, search for portfolio website, and you see tons and tons of templates available, right? And you can choose any one step. You choose any one of them. And I have already chosen one of them. And here is how the template looks like. Now, if you look at it, this is decent to start, right? It's very easy. It's very quick. Now, I'm not going to use the template as with the whole thing. I just like to write and I'm going to go ahead. Right. So let's get started with creating the content, right? So I would like to just start with a quick background and put these things different way than before. I want to select maybe 4 things, right? And these are going to be my skill sets, right? And this is where I come and design the specifications. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to ChatGPT and we're going to take these skill sets and we're going to take, so let's say we have a budget with AI. And we take this and paste it here by generating AI and experience and leverage technologies. Now, if you see how it's so easy to use ChatGPT to create content, you don't even need to, I'll be honest, very bad at English. So this is like a lifesaver. We just design this and increase the speed and this, right? But here's something that's missing right now, right? And that is specifically a place add a good image or a link, right? This looks very bland. If I just give you a text-based website, that's not a website. That's just like a resume which is available on a website. I'm going to use MidJourney to create a great icon for this. Yeah. Now, let me just go here and go to image. And you go ahead and click imagine. Right. And here is a white and orange image. So this was what I was using. White and green image, which is showcasing the generated AI. Because loop is kind of like a notion date, and it's going to ask it to create an icon for this. Now, then what it creates, what I can do is I want to replicate for 4 skill sets, right? So I'll go ahead and what you can do is a great thing is called you create this and you can replicate this in this format. I want to do this for 4 things because I want it to have enough space. You just do this. Click on here, you click, it will just duplicate the page. I don't want this because I just want to feel like a stream of content. Go ahead and do this. We have 4 places. Now we can simply, till the point it's generating, I'll put in 4 of these content pieces right there. Perfect. Now let's come back to this. Let's look at this image in generative AI. This is so good. And I can pick up any one of them and just put it in my camera. I like the vibe of the third one, like this one, and you just go ahead and click on upscale so you get a higher quality image from MidJourney. And I'm going to populate that in my generative AI, right? Like, let's just go ahead, paste that here. And I would like to do it now. Special format. And click on edit photo because I know what background of the image. It's going to interfere with my design. So I need to just say remove background. Now, again, my mid-journey prompting skills are very rudimentary. I'm pretty sure some of you would be able to make much better. But just look at this, how great this looks. And this wouldn't be possible if you didn't have mid-journey. You would be dependent upon like the icons that people have created and that designers have created. Because if you're not a designer, you can't create custom icon. This looks great. And I want to create more images for all the other skill sets. If you look at it, I've already populated them. And I'm going to fast forward through that. Because again, I'm just going to change the prompt for each one of them. And I'll be linking that all down below. So I've input all the prompts and I have all the icons ready. Now I'm going to show you how crazy good this is for project management. Like just look at this, how cool this icon are. Like I can't imagine Midjourney Nexus to all is applied. This is for stakeholder management. I'm going to preferably choose because it's stakeholders, it shows an organization. And I like so many of them. I'm going to just the fourth one and the second one. So way. And communication and negotiation, I'm going to use probably the third one, but that's much better. Right. And then you just upscale this and copy paste this and remove the backgrounds and we're good to go. Right. And I'm going to quickly showcase how you do that again in case you missed that for the first time. Go ahead, click on edit photo and remove the background. And I'm going to fast forward the next part. Again, it's about using those simple keywords that you have to use because again, they're just those simple keywords. And again, my writing skills are bad in the journey, but in ChatGPT, I am able to utilize some good prompts. So if someone knows some better ways to do that, I'm always happy to learn. I really want to invest some time in doing that, but I haven't been able to learn more about MidJourney. But yeah, that's that's what's so I think I prompt better than a lot of people, but these are just things that you can always learn and become better at much more. So look at this. I think this is we want to define this better. I'll just go ahead with this one. Right. So if you look at this, it's already come true. And this is how a quick review looks like for a website. Obviously, change that and skill sets, negotiations, management, and that's really good, right? Now, we have two more sections, too, right? Projects. Now, for projects, I want to do a kind of a sidebar format. I want to give each project enough importance because that's super important for you to showcase in a personal website. I'm going to get rid of this, take this. And one thing that I love in Canva is that you can just copy paste elements, right? And I'm going to take a left-hand side now for this projects. I send right now. Just go ahead, put it in center, and you're going to use one of these created and paste it here, right? And I want this, what I want like this, and then you just ungroup this because you remember we group this content. This. So my icon is going to be on the left-hand side. I will make it left aligned, and you can see how quickly easy the design. Again, this is one of the problems with using templates because sometimes you just want to go with the template. I'm not that person, and I'd say nobody should because then you are losing how you are attraction because then your website is just going to look like a cookie cutter free of a lot of people that are out there, right? So I want this, and I'm going to increase the size of this and put in the content, right? Now this is my project template. What I'll do is I'll just duplicate this, and I'm going to name this project that person. Quick thing here. So if you see, I just did one certain thing. Okay. I populated this content and Canva is doing this one thing. It's called capitalize everything together. And you can use this feature. I'm going to just simply remove this because I don't want everything to be capitalized. And we're going to take this and put this in the same way because it's much more easier to just copy paste and format it again. And I'll rename it's called Control D. You duplicate the content and you can just get a simple copy of that. Let me just copy paste the rest and we'll come back to it. Okay. Now we can create two quick icons for the above things. And finding the image, which is showcasing about development of an internal tool, right? And I'll just take another for thing, imagine for implementation. Just use these to do right? I can define more in the image, but just imagine, I'm just defining what the work is. It's not even related to image, but it will create a logo and an icon, which is showcasing that thing. Like if you look at it, just look at the first image. I mean, it's pretty decent, right? It's like this website is coming from way, right? So I'm going to upscale. I just need to take the right decisions on what you like. Again, you may not like the images that I'm selecting. Go ahead, choose the one that you want. but this just makes stuff so much easier. That way, this is just like super cool with AI and keyboard. So what we're going to do is, I think a photo should be there, but not super relevant on like, if you are. And this is great. I want to do one thing. Let me just change this into the next page. And voila, your website is ready. I'm going to publish the photo. I'm going to put that here, the summary and skill set and everything there. Already ready for anyone to see. Right. And I've left some stuff that you can change for yourself, put in the email and the website. You click on publish website and Canva magically publish your website for you. And you can use, so I'm just going to use a free domain. You can obviously connect with an existing domain that you have and just click on this and enter it quick. Like, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this later and put in first the website, hit publish, and the website is ready. Now that one's in itself, again, I think like I would probably complete it within 10 minutes. I'll have to fast forward some. And that in itself, the website, right? So if you can see the website, it's ready. It looks amazing with summary, the skill set, and everything else. Don't try to use the domain. It's not going to work for this. So once I'm done with that, and let's see how good it looks. And you can go ahead and create these websites using generative AI and content super quickly. For me to keep learning more, and well, I hope it's in 10 minutes because I have fast forwarded some portion. If you want a more detailed video and if you have any questions, put that in the comments below and I will come back to you very soon. See you in the next one.